Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my brothers and sisters. Before we get into the video, right now we're on the Know Your Tajweed series. So the only thing I would like to say is I'm going to have another series, but it's going to be on Instagram because it's a shorter videos. It's going to be on another series, the new one, but it's also related to Tajweed. It's going to be called Perfect Your Tajweed. People that already have Tajweed going, but just to perfect the Tajweed and know common mistakes and some Tajweed rules that people neglect, or people, even the Qari, our favorite Mashaykh, might have these common mistakes that it's easy to neglect, but just something that we could use to perfect our Tajweed and make it better for us and everyone. Jazaakumu'Allahu Khayr. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Let's get into the video.
أو زد عليه ورتل القرآن ترتيلا.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my brothers and sisters. Welcome back to another episode of the Know Your Tajweed series. And today, inshallah ta'ala, we'll be taking 2 more lines from last week. And hopefully, inshallah, you guys practiced the last week episode and are more familiar with the letters we've done in those ones. And inshallah, today, we will be doing these 2 lines. And we'll try to move a bit quicker. Even we're trying to balance between speed and also taking our time to make sure everyone understands. But obviously, if the videos are too long, we naturally know that people tend to watch it less, and the aim of this is to benefit from this as much as possible. So this first letter, we already know it doesn't change in shape. The shape is always the same regardless of where it is. It's Val, and the only difference between Val and Dal is that Val has a dot above it. So this letter is quite simple. The next one is quite a tricky one because it looks a little different from the original form. But if you look at the initial form we've done and the middle form, it's Kaf. Kaf, just look at the shape, this thing that looks like a Hamza in between the Kaf, the letter Kaf. That's basically sort of, take it as it's enlarged to have the middle version and the beginning version. So this is Val and Kaf. And the last one, it looks the same regardless of where it is, Ra. So Val, Kaf, and Ra. This one, as we know, is Ain. And it's Ain because the second part of the letter is like chopped off, and you have only the top part of the letter. So there is Ain, and the one in the middle looks the same the shape stays the same for a couple of letters. Ba, Ta, Fa, Ya, Nun, and Hamza. But Hamza doesn't have any dots. Hamza is easy to recognize. But for the rest, you only have to recognize it from the dots. And 1 dot below means that this one is Ba. The letters at the end of the word, they take by the original shape, and see this W that we mentioned last week, and taking back its original shape, we know that this is a Sin. So this one is Ain, Ba, and Sin. The next one, we've already done this first letter in the previous one. It's Ain as well, the same shape. And this one is a Dal, as we mentioned. Dal doesn't looks the same regardless of where it is in the word. And the last one, back to its original shape, is Lam. Again, Dal doesn't connect to the letter after it, so that's why it's easy to spot out the Lam. The next one, this one looks like Qaf. This one looks like Fa, but then it has 2 dots. So 2 dots above is going to be Qaf. Just have to memorize the shape. It looks only similar to Fa and Qaf. You could say Wow, but Wow doesn't connect to any word after it, so that eliminates Wow from the equation. And Wow has no dots as well. So if you see the 2 dots, know that this one is Qaf. The next letter, as we mentioned, this shape is occupied by many letters: Ba, Ta, Tha, Ya, and Nun. And this one has 2 dots above. That means is Ta. And remember, Ta, the T sound in Ta for 2, which is going to make it easier to remember. The last letter is taking back its original shape, which is a Lam. Next letter. Again, the W. Anytime you see this W sign, know it's either Sin or Shin. And this one has dots, 3 dots to be precise. And only letter to have 3 dots above is Shin. And Shin and Tha, obviously. But then this one has a W shape, So one immediately see it, it's either a sin or a sheen, and this one has dots. Therefore, it's sheen. The next letter we all know, we should get familiar with by now. It's a ra, and the last letter takes back its original shape because ra doesn't connect to any word, any letter after it. So this one is a ba. So sheen, ra, and ba. This letter, you could again, you come to your mind that it's hamza. It can't be a hamza because it's connecting to the letter after it, and hamza never connects to the letter after it. So immediately we should know that it's a lam. Lam. The next letter is, again, we should just know the shape. The shape, it comes over and over again, most especially in the Quran. You see the shape is either the ha, jim, or kha family, and this one is a ha because it has no dots. Kha has a dot above, jim has a dot below, without any dots. Ha. The last one, W sign again, no dots, making it seen instead of sheen. So this one is lam, ha, and seen. Next letter, the W with dots, we know it's sheen. Just get this a bit quicker as the more examples go by. If you don't get it quicker, don't beat yourself up about it. We will have more examples to come, and inshallah you get familiar with all the letters. This one looks a bit tricky. The second letter looks a bit tricky when it's in the middle or at the end, because it has this shape. So you just have to memorize it and recognize it. It's ayn or ghain, depending on if it has a dot or not. This one has a dot above, making it ghain. So this one is sheen, ghain, and the last letter takes back its original shape, lam. So sheen, ghain, and lam. Just watch out for the shape, the ghain one, and inshallah you get familiar with it as time goes on. The next one. This one is quite, I would say it's easy to spot out once you know this rule, that there is no letter that has two dots below except ya. So anytime you see two dots below and you have this sign on top of and this sign, you know that it's a ya immediately. So this one is a ya, and the middle letter we've done already. Only two letters have this type of shape, which is a fa and a qaf. If it has two dots, it's a qaf, which is this one, and if it has one dot, it's a fa. So this one is ya, qaf, and the last letter takes always, most of the time, its original shape, and this one is a va. So ya, qaf, and va. This one again, the same ha, kha, jim shape. This one has no dots, making it ha. Then next one, as we said last week, anytime you see a circle in the middle of a letter or an empty space in the middle of a letter, first look out for meme, which is this one. This one's actually a meme. And the last one, taking its original shape, two dots above qaf. So ha, meme, qaf. The last letter we'll be doing for today, as we know, this one is qaf. We've done it 3 times, and this is the 3rd time we're doing it, or 4th we're doing it in this episode. Has this shape, either a fa or a qaf, has two dots above, making it a qaf. Ra looks the same regardless of where it is, and it doesn't connect after. So we know the second one is a ra, and the last one, taking back its original shape, the only letter with two dots below, ya. So this letter is qaf, ra, and ya. Watch this video if you have to many times. If you repeat the video, watch it many times if you have to get more familiar with the concepts and how to get to recognize the letters. And inshallah ta'ala, we'll be doing 2 more lines in the next episode, and also 2 more lines in 2 weeks time. So there's plenty of time to get more familiar with the letters. So don't beat yourself up about it. Anyway, without further ado, let's not make this lesson any longer. Jazaakumu'Allahu Khayr. See you next week. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.